Ladies and gentlemen, now today, thanks to the content creator beta, we're going to be having our very first hands-on look at the brand new extra large Mystic Champion Dragon Man. Now today, I've done a couple of fights just to get warmed up, and this character is crazy. He is so much fun to play. He's got some really solid utility on the base. So today we've got him 6-star rank 2 Sig 200, but the awakened ability, it doesn't really matter too much. It gives him like some nice benefits in certain buff matchups. But what I love about this character is the core of this champion is all on his unawakened stuff. So he doesn't need to be awakened to be a really, really good character. And at his base, he's got full immunity to bleed and poison. So we're also running the suicide mastery today as well, just to test out and see if he works, if he's practical with them, being a double immunities champion, and lots of power gain, all sorts of crazy stuff as well that we're going to cover as we move throughout this video. But anyway, we've waffled on long enough, lads. Let's get straight into the first matchup. Now, I think in shorter scenarios, the rotation you want to go for to try and win the game is like 2 special 2s and then a heavy attack, to get 2 Furies, 6 Incinerates on the opponent, and then you want to detonate all those for some massive damage. So there we go, we use the first one. We consume our power gain buff every time we use that. That's why in longer fights, you're going to see later in the video, we do go for a special 3, but hitting into the opponent while they have cornered as well gives them 75% less power. We need to be a little bit careful we don't accidentally push Winter Soldier to his SB3 here. To be honest, in all fairness, man, if I went for the special 2 there, the fight would have probably been over. But a nice little special 3, I think, should finish this man off, yeah, quite nicely. The special 3 animation is just a little bit savage, man. Makes for a very satisfying KO. And I just love the look of this character, man. His animations, I think they got the fire really right with Dragon Man as well. It just feels awesome to fire off. But yeah, let's move on to the Wolverine matchup. So one thing you might have noticed with the character as well is whenever you have the opponent in the corner, they gain this kind of like passive corner debuff, which deals like a burst of damage every time you attack them, but will deal more damage if they've got buffs on them per buff, up to like 150% more damage. So this is the cornered buff. And also when you hit an opponent above 2 bars of power, it reduces the amount of power they gain by 70% there. So it allows you to get some additional aggressive combos, which can be very nice in certain scenarios. But yeah, even in these short matchups, we're not really having like any time to get to a second special 2 before the fight is just over. It's just absolutely done there. But I think, actually, maybe not next matchup, but in a couple of matchups, there's something really, really interesting on a special 3 as well that I want to showcase that kind of makes him like a little bit almost God mode immortal for about 16 seconds. It's really, really cool. So let's deal with this Crossbones matchup. Crossbones, I don't think is going to be the best matchup for Dragon Man. Again, we've got to try and play really aggressively, because if you don't get the opponent into the corner and get the cornered passive, then you're potentially losing out on a lot of damage. I meant to go for a special 2 there, but I think one of the buffs on Crossbones expired and gave us a bit too much power. The thing as well is having a really strong Mystic champion. You're just funneling so much power from Mystic Dispersion. So yeah, that can be a little bit crazy sometimes. Right, perfect. This guy, like, even without Mystic Dispersion, man, he has like so much friggin' power gain. Okay, nice. Another special 2 should be enough to round off that match quite nicely. I'm just going to turn the game volume down just a touch there for a second. Alright, so moving on to the next fight, we've got Captain America Infinity War. So we do have class disadvantage here, and I think he's got a chance to glance some of the Incinerates as well, so he might suffer a bit of a damage loss. Let's use 1 potion just to get him fully topped up. And yeah, let's go in. I think in comparison to Sasquatch, he doesn't have like as many hit points, but his hit points, they don't seem too bad. But Sasquatch was so big in terms of his health pool, man. It's a little bit ridiculous. Alright, come on, big fella. I think for this matchup, just because we have disadvantage, let's go for a special 3 combo. Okay, nice. So we've gotten parry stunned. We go for the special 3. We'll charge back in. Actually, maybe we didn't need it, in all fairness. I think most like double 2 SB special 2 combos was just a bit too much overkill. Oh, I forgot to charge back in as well, man. Bit of a rookie mistake there. Right, come on, let's go, dude. And also, one really cool thing about Dragon Man is every time you knock the opponent down, either with a special attack or a heavy attack, you get an unblockable buff for 3 seconds that's paused during special attacks. So against certain opponents like Darkhawk or Iron Man Infinity War, you can just like knock the opponent down with a heavy, so you can heavy counter Iron Man Infinity War, let's assume like final 15%, you fire off the special 2, it's all unblockable. So yeah, I think that's like tons of like great practical utility in a lot of very annoying auto block matchups there. But next up we got Hela. Okay, on this fight, man, there's something very interesting I want to test out. So this is the special 3 and a crazy interaction. So on the special 3, for every charge that you have, when you fire it off, you gain a 4-second unstoppable, but also heals you for 85% of any damage you take from the opponent's hits outside of the special 3. So if we use one of these with the Diablo synergy, gives us 4 stacks. And then if we get to another special 3, we're going to gain a 16-second unstoppable that's going to heal us for pretty much all of the damage taken. So yeah, I'm excited to play around with that. Well, let's see what we can do against Hela here. I need to dodge this. Okay, I failed to failed to dodge that. But that was basically a showcased Dragon Man's degen. If he's suffering from an armor break, he's going to degen the opponent. And this has great uses in all sorts of new matchups like Airwalker, where he just constantly armor breaks you. Okay, but now, literally, we can just like turn on auto fight, man. Actually, should we turn on auto fight? Let's just sit here and chill. So if you want to break, man, you know, you just need to sip your water for a little bit. You just relax. Ah, maybe your fingers are getting a little bit tired. Need to crack the old knuckles, like he's just standing there, and you can literally do it back to back as well. Oh mate, it's very silly, it's very cheesy, but I feel like there might be some scenarios where there's just like a stupid BS node in the future where that's like, you know, just a really useful piece of utility to have. So yeah, it's a really weird one, man, but it's very cool as well. Again, it doesn't work for the SB3. Take that to the face. You can just like run you can just run back into Hela as well. So overall we did take a bit of damage there as well, but I have no points in the mastery that's increasing my regeneration. So assuming if you got that fully maxed out, then he's pretty much neutralizing all of the damage there. So yeah, that is a very fun little piece of utility that he has. Again, I'm not too sure if it's going to have too many practical uses, but for beginners, man, like that is going to be like unstoppable god mode. So I really do like that. I think that's a very fun thing that he can do via his special 3 with the Diablo synergy. Even without it, man, you still have like enough unstoppable up time to just shred through the opponent and get to another special 3 in that duration. Just because this guy's power gain at the base is crazy. And also one thing as well is, you know, so many cosmic champions do have a massive amount of buffs that you can use to also just fuel your power gain with the Mystic Dispersion Mastery. So yeah, I feel like he's going to have a lot of very cheesy and weird uses that I'm very excited for. Right, let's just go for a heavy attack here. We'll detonate all the incinerates. And there we go. Thor Jane Foster is down. She's straight in the bin. Nice clean 40 hits there. And then finally we have, what is it, Medusa here. And then I think we'll jump into a bit of Realm of Legends. Actually, maybe, yeah, I think we'll go for Realm of Legends next. So I can show you guys the proper damage ramp up of Dragon Man. Because again, we're barely seeing the tip of the iceberg when it comes to his damage output potential here. These fights, they're not long enough, man. Everything's over a bit too quick. So we haven't really had the opportunity to like stack up Furies and get like massive incinerate detonation. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to knock Medusa down here, just so then we can get around her auto block, because the special is fully unblockable, and then coming out of that, we're fully unblockable as well. Actually, might be able to parry the second one. Yeah, I wish the unblockable did last a little bit longer, man, but it's great for special chain-on combos. Right, let's go for that. Perfect. I love the heavy attack as well. It's just like a fire breath, man. That is really, really cool. So 37 hits there. Let's pop out. Let's jump into a bit of Realm of Legends, man, because like every champion showcase, it's gotta feature a bit of Winter Soldier abuse. So Realm of Legends, Beyond Hope. Let's enter straight in as well. So Winter Soldier, there's nothing too special about the Winter Soldier matchup. Again, to make the most of Dragon Man, you do want like a Mystic matchup where there are a lot of buffs to take advantage of. Because also buffs increase the damage that he deals when hitting into a cornered opponent as well. So that allows him to get even more damage versus Mystic champions. But in a longer matchup like this, what we're going to do is we want to fire off one special 3. And that's going to give us 4 charges total. So each charge doesn't give you like additional power gain. It's just a flat rate based on whether or not you have at least one buff active. But then you consume the charges and you can trade them into Furies without losing the power gain. Because again, as long as you've got at least one buff, you're gaining like this massive stream of power. But additional buffs don't equal additional power gain. They're just additional charges to use for the purpose of dumping special attacks and still having your power gain after. So yeah, we go for one special 2, so we get the Fury off that initially. We want to race toward another one of those. And then once we got 6 incinerates on the opponent, we want to look for some sort of interval where we can throw a heavy attack here, and we want to detonate all of them. You can see there, dealt about 36,000 insta-burst damage. Because the incinerates, they didn't really like deal too much damage. The goal is to throw a heavy attack and just burst them. Or in certain scenarios, they can be used as, you know, just loads of debuffs that are active all the time for the purpose of getting around regeneration. Because if you're playing quite aggressively and you're not detonating them, it's quite easy to have 6 up pretty much all the time. Right, can we get one more heavy attack there? Perfect, mate. Nice little, what is it, 47,000 detonation there in Assassins? So yeah, not too bad, man. 98 hits on that one. And he's got more damage potential if you are fighting, again, a Cosmic Champion with like a lot of base buffs active. Alright, so let's smash into Captain Marvel here. Messed up just a tiny little bit. Thing about Captain Marvel, it's a good match because obviously we do have the class advantage. Going to be better than Winter Soldier as well because you can play a bit more aggressively, but at the same time she doesn't really have any buffs unless she hits us, so there's nothing that we can siphon on for more power gain or more damage. But that cornered combo is really nice. Like the damage combined on the mediums, even without a Fury buff here, if we get a crit on the mediums, it's about 7,000. Because every cornered hit's dealing about 2k. But you'll notice as well as you get Fury buffs, the cornered damage scales up with that as well. Oh no. Okay, Nick Fury charge totally saved my ass there. Let's go for another special 2. Dive bomb that last. Can we go for a cheeky heavy? Oh, too cheeky. We got the parry though. And the good thing is we've just knocked her down so we can go straight back into another SP2. It's unblockable. We ain't sweating there for a second. And if we can get another special 2 and a heavy attack, then this fight's over. But the damage rotation, man, very... Oh, no, I tried to go straight in for a heavy there. Messed up a little bit. Okay, I still have a bit to learn when it comes to the timing and rotation of Dragon Man. But 88 hits. Again, we do have Suicide Masteries, so we do have an additional factor influencing our damage up a bit more. But he does work. He works decently well with Suicides. In these longer fights, again, he does take a fair bit of recoil damage. But I think in shorter fights and encounters, you're not really going to see that too much. So yeah, it kind of depends where you're playing in, but the fact that he's just got like solid double immunities on his base, you could just, you know, spam the special 3s if you wanted to, and then use the special 2 to finish. But that isn't the real ideal scenario, I guess. Alright, let's just go straight into SB3 here. I know some people aren't too fond of the special 3 animation. I really like it, though. It's just, like, very quick, very savage. I don't think he needs this bit at the end. I think if it was just, like, a quick savage throw, that would be the best. Okay, let's hope Juggernaut just doesn't use, like, any special attacks. Okay, nice. Buff's about to expire as well, so we're gonna get some fun. And now we can just go in with the unblockable. Nice. Blockable buff is clutch if you catch your opponent holding block. Can we get a parry? Yes, there we go. Okay, so we knock him down, then we've got unblockable, then we can go straight into another SB2. The combos coming out of this man. Obviously, this is a scenario where special 3s don't exist and we don't need to worry about them, which in the wider span of the game is a bit more of a rare scenario. Oh, I thought we'd be able to go in and punish that. It seems like it's not a good idea unless you have the unblockable going on. So yeah, we lost a lot of damage output potential there by missing that one. But also, one thing we do have on Juggernaut as well, and this is a piece of utility that Dragon Man does have access to, is he has the ability to slow on his special 1, but I was testing it out a bit earlier, and it only lasts 8 seconds, so in order to like slow the opponent lots, you just need to spam the special 1, but then you run into an additional problem if you do that, of like, all of your damage is really like outside of the SB1. So there you go. If you fire off SB1, the final hit is going to apply a slow. It's only 8 seconds long, so it does go very, very quickly in comparison to a lot of other characters. And you can see, like, during that time, and you also need to consume a... actually, do you need to consume... I don't think you need to consume a charge for it, but I think if you have a charge, it consumes it anyway for the ineptitude debuff. And that debuff is on the special 1. It's kind of his way to deal with buffs, because it like reduces the potency of, I think it's like fury, crit damage, I think armor as well, by like 75% per ineptitude debuff. But in all honesty, man, like nullify's just better, at least in my opinion. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think some weaknesses that Dragon Man does have in comparison to like other Mystic champions especially, is just a general good way to nullify and deal with buffs, which I know a lot of the top tier Mystics do, and also good power control as well. Like damage rotation wise and base utility wise, he's very nice and very fun to play. He's got a lot of good stuff going on there. So he kind of has all these weird other advantages that other Mystic champions like don't have. So yeah, I do think he's an interesting addition to the class. He's definitely very, very different from a lot of the others. Most similar one, I don't know, like most similar Mystic to him. Maybe like Clairvoyant with the immunities, but I think they have still a lot of differences between them. Right, we need to get this Rhino matchup going, man. We ain't hitting too hard at the moment, but we do have class disadvantage here. But yeah, cornered, it's not slapping in too fiercely right now. Right, there we go. Another SB2. Merc into this man. Dive bomb for 10k on the final hit there. Should have probably thrown off a heavy attack. There we go. Perfect opportunity there. Get a nice burst. Straight into another special 2. I think we may need to go to a special 3 here, actually. Don't think there's enough burst. Actually, there might be enough burst to finish off the fight reasonably. Have a special 2 or 2. Like once you get that special 3 going, there's just so much tempo from all the charges. Yeah, let's detonate the Rhino there. We've still got 2 Furies active. We're about to get our power gain charge back. So there's a little bit of power gain in this fight as well from siphoning Rhino's Fury. So that's helping us out a little bit here. Okay, that should do it. Perfect, mate. So again, that's probably one of the worst matchups because of the class disadvantage. And he just, yeah, really wasn't taking too much damage from anything until we had him decently ramped up. But Dragon Man, as you saw in like some of the earlier variant gameplays, got some pretty nice damage on the base. But once you get this guy going, the numbers are certainly not too underwhelming. I do think that he's not like the absolute hardest hitting champion out there. I think there are definitely some crazy damage dealers that do exist in Marvel Contest of Champions, but I think for the amount of utility that this character has packed in on top of everything, it's kind of a nice balance level. And not to mention, I feel like most of the time you're just so focused on trying to like nail the damage rotation, which at least in my opinion the damage rotation doesn't feel too stressful and quite rewarding with all the special attacks and power gain. But you're so focused on the damage rotation that sometimes you just like forget about the hit count and you forget about the numbers. Just thinking, okay, what am I trying to do next? Trying to get to another special 2 so I can get my second Fury, 6 incinerates on the opponent. Now I need to look for an interval to detonate those. And I think the rotation has like enough of a window that it doesn't really feel too stressful or too hectic. If you do miss out on something like a detonation, you know, it's not the worst case scenario in the world. Lose a bit of damage, but it's not like all of your damage is gone. Still got crazy base damage. Yeah, man. Like those big crits for the Furies plus the corner damage really does add up quite nicely. I think he's also a hard champion if you're just looking at the damage numbers to evaluate, just because there are so many things just constantly adding up. But that was a really good fire breath, man. We had what was it, about 50,000 damage in Assassin's range from all the detonations there. So yeah, that worked out really well. But next up we got Vision. So let's use a potion here. Again, Realm of Legends is definitely not the place to play Dragon Man with Suicides, or if you do want to play him with Suicides, yeah, you're just going to have to be aware that he's going to cost a few health potions unless you can finish the fight in a Special 3, Special 2. It also depends how you want to run this character and what rotation you like to go for. Also, one thing I was thinking about as well, I haven't tested this out yet, but Dragon Man, he's a poison immune character with access to a Fury. So theoretically, again, it might take a few revives, but he should be one of the few options that can take that Mr. Sinister down without the use of the Heimdall synergy in 6.2. I think, honestly, with all the tags and base utility that this character has, he's going to be like one of the top 10, maybe top 20 characters to get as like a first 5 or 6 star Unawakened. Just because there'll be so much that you can bring to your roster, even without that Awakened ability. You know, the new variant going to have some crazy good uses, especially considering he's poison immune for that Scarlet Witch boss that's nuking everybody to the Shadow Realm with her fun and interactive poison damage. Oh. The rotation's so much fun, man. I just love the animations. This guy just feels like an absolute monstrosity to play. Come on, big fella, let's go. Ready to take you out. Right, we just need to get in that last heavy attack and the fight's over, I think. Oh, not quite yet. Let's go for another combo. Straight into a special one, and it might be. Yeah, there we go. I also really enjoyed, what was it, fighting Dragon Man in this month's Uncollected, man. It was just a really fun fight. Lots of dodging his special attacks, which is a bit jarring at first, just because he's such a massive lad. He's such an oversized character. Well, he is meant to be massive, so you know, it's the whole theme. But yeah, it feels great to fight once you get the encounter down. But Airwalker actually is one of those champions. Start off like really tricky for me, but then once you figure out the timing on his special attacks and bring in a good armor break immune champion, like, I love doing that fight. We did a 3-star Sasquatch takedown, but Dragon Man should be crazy for the Airwalker matchup, just due to the fact that, again, every time he has a armor break on him, he's going to deal like a passive stream of damage. And on Hela, even without the Furies, man, I think it was about 500 and a bit per tick, so that's like 1,000 per second. So yeah, any scenario where there's like an armor breaker applied to him, it's definitely going to bolster his damage up a fair bit. I don't think he's going to be able to counter Vision Arcus fully though, because he doesn't have Cold Snap or armor break immunity, but the Vision Arcus match will ramp up his damage a fair bit. Plus he can counter the power gain on Vision Arcus. So yeah, I'm really not too sure how he's going to work against that. One of the annoying things as well, just on the CCP beta, because I'm sure somebody will ask about it in the comments section below, is that we don't have Variant 5 added to the CCP beta yet. So yeah, we can't do any testing against some of the new bosses and encounters that went live with that earlier this week. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But hey, there's still loads of stuff to have a little bit of fun against. We are going to do like I like to do two videos for every new champion that comes out at least. We do the 6-star rank 2 and then the 6-star rank 3 fully boosted. Because again, we can take this guy on the CCP beta to rank 3. We can chuck on full boosters as well. And that's going to take his damage to a whole new level, man. You know, if you like what you're seeing today, in a few days' time, we'll also get that video uploaded. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that one, man. That should be really fun. But let me know in that video, what do you want to see? Are there any particular fights or lanes? Any really good ideas? Something that would be a little bit fun to tackle? But here, we've got to pray against Scarlet Witch. We don't get power drained, man. Okay, perfect. That's good. We nailed the bonus there as well. I'm curious to try the Black Bolt matchup. That one should be really fun. Because Black Bolt, I think, is the only opponent in Realm of Legends. Oh, actually, Wolverine's going to gain a few buffs as well. But Black Bolt is just going to have permanent buffs, man. So our corner is going to be hitting so hard. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the damage numbers look like on that fight. Alright, let's just throw special 2s as soon as we can and pray that we do not get power drained. Okay, nice. Actually going to get a chunk of power gain here. Oh, the power drain actually gave us such a clutch time there. Just punished straight away with a combo. Oh, okay, that was a very cheeky heavy attack, man. Wanted to go for it anyway. Straight into another SB2. Let's dodge that. Block that. Okay, is that going to be enough? Might get her down with a swoop if we're lucky with a crit. There we go. Right, Scarlet Witch, yeah, got a bit decimated there. Gosh, words are really hard today, man. Sorry, I fumbled my words a few times in this video. I'm too distracted playing Dragon Man. Right, let's go for. So we're gonna do 2 more fights. We're gonna go for the Realm Legends Wolverine and also Black Bolt as well. And then we're gonna save the rest for the 6-star rank 3 fully boosted video. Actually, for Wolverine, let's fully heal up, man, just to make sure, because this fight is gonna be tricky to cut into until we get to special 3 and then get 2 incinerates. Because we're not going to have any way to mitigate his regeneration like significantly until we get there. Let's do it, man. Can we have parry here? That'd be perfect. Actually, I don't need the super aggressiveness just yet. So let's not worry about the parry for now. Let's just go special 3. And then it's like, after I fire off that second special 2, then it's like big game on. Then we just got to race him down as quickly as we can. Just got to play hyper aggressively. Come on, big fella. Right, perfect. Let's go for the first one. Wants to go straight for SP1. That'd be magical. Amazing. Okay, so we got some incinerates on him at the moment. Now we're going to go for the next one. That should lock down his regeneration. Okay, and we want to make sure in this matchup we don't want to use the heavy attack to detonate. Oh, okay, yeah, I almost made the mistake that I did earlier on in the video. But luckily that connected properly, man, so I'm happy about that. Okay, sweet. There we go. Just need to nuke him with another combo now. We should be good to go. Perfect. So yeah, as long as you're playing aggressively, it looks like you do have the ability to overpower regeneration in a lot of scenarios with all the stacks of Incinerate and also the Despair Mastery. So that's you know, a nice little thing that he brings to the table as well. That's going to have some handy uses here and there. I'm curious to see if he's going to be viable for the Crossbones as well in Act 6, because he's a Bleeding Immune champion, so it could be a Cavalier getting option. But also I know the node in that chapter is a bit awkward. There we go. Okay, that is the perfect setup, man. That's so good. So we've got 3 buffs on him. We've also got him parry stuns. We just need to make sure we dive in straight after this special attack. And then if we go ham, keep a very close eye on the red numbers. Let's have a look at the corner damage after we get some Furies. Because, yeah, we need the Furies to amplify that corner damage a bit more. Right, there's number 1. Nice. I think we're seeing some 5k cornered hits there. Let's go for the second one. What's this damage looking like? Oh, it's about 5.4k per hit. Awesome. We're about to go into friggin' Assassin's range as well. Oh, mate, he's going to get toasted on this one. Yeah, I think that's about 7,000 per hit. There are so many, like, damage numbers, man. It was a little bit hard to keep up, but that's Black Belt down in 81 hits there. So, overall, I really do like Dragon Man. I think he's a fantastic addition to the game. I think he's... for progressing players, just going to be a really solid champion to pull as like a 4, 5, and 6 star champion. Just having like those double immunities, being an XL character is going to make him viable for Variant 2. Really good for the brand new Variant 5 Mystic one as well. So yeah, I think there's a lot of cool stuff for Dragon Man. I think he brings a lot to the table. I think comparatively speaking, he's much better than Airwalker. Just because Airwalker, like, he's got the damage after like a couple of fights and special 3, but he really has no base utility to make the character super desirable or even viable for like 90% of endgame scenarios. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts on Dragon Man in the comments section below, and if you did enjoy today's video, please do smash that like button. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.